Greetings petrolheads, my name is the Tom, you're on my gaming channel, and it's time for another episode of Automation, the car company tycoon game. So today I'm going to be building another replica, and it's going to, well, the design at least is going to be a replica. I am going to combine basically two videos in one here. Todd Davidson requested me to build a Ford F250 replica, which is the aesthetic part that I am going to replicate, and this body shell looks really nice for that. I don't think I need to change honestly anything about it. And Omar Kavish requested me to build a truck with basically a shit ton of horsepower and I said I was probably gonna be able to give it like 1200 or so, and he said yes, do it, and so here I am. Since the replica is basically limited to the aesthetics, I don't really care that it won't be made from the same materials here. I am gonna give it some McPherson struts though, and maybe a semi-trailing arm as its rear suspension. And you notice that this is 2015, so it is an old car body with, you know, a new engine basically, and probably a new gearbox as well. So I'm gonna make it from corrosion resistant steel, because this is not gonna be a race car. It doesn't need to be from carbon fiber, and aluminum is just, it's just too expensive for a truck like this, really. So let's go ahead and start with the aesthetics part. Now there are basically two what are they called, two versions of the F250 that I could find at least, and one of which has basically where are they? It has basically these as its intake, really, if you wanna call it that. The other one, like, one has chrome bars in there and one does not. So I don't know, I don't fully know what the difference between those two is, because everything else seems to be pretty much the same. I am gonna make this a little bit more handsome though, with, yes, a couple of these. Who would have thought? Let's put them like right here. So that you actually get the sensation of there being this, you know, center chrome bar. There we go. There is that, and then we are going to drag across a grill that is basically like this one. It has to be relatively big because it has to say Ford in chrome letters, so there has to be enough space for that. We cannot put those letters onto the front end just yet. That's not available in the game yet, because those letters are in the exhaust tab, and exhaust can only be placed on the rear end of a car, which kind of makes sense. So let's actually get to something a little bit more along the lines of what makes this car, and that is some of these headlights right here. Then a couple of these. There's that. Wait a minute. Why does this look so odd? Oh, I know what we could do. We could... Yeah, that's what I'm actually also going to do. We're gonna use these to make these vents that I put down in the beginning look straightened instead of, you know, these weird little curves. I mean, I have nothing against curves, especially on girls, but here they don't seem fitting. So let's increase the height of these. And give it some more of these. This is gonna be tricky. This is gonna be a little bit tricky here. And then we are also going to put down these like right there, so that we can have basically a chrome frame surrounding this what is basically a split grill. That looks more like a real F250, but it looks a little bit artificial, I admit. So next up there is, oh, this version that I'm currently building does not have this bumper made from chrome, it's plastic. And on there's the number plate, but I can't do that in the game, so I'm sorry. Let's move on. Some indicators like right here. Then what else? We get, oh, I can see, okay, this explains things. The one I am currently looking at is a 4-door actually. So let's go back and make the chrome strips in this split grill, because there's no reason for me not to, now that I figured out what caused the confusion in the first place. So let's see, let's actually count how many vertical ones. 2, and then 1, 2, 3 horizontal ones. Okay. So we need to put one of these down like right here. Then another vertical one like right here, and adjust the length a little bit more. I see that this is not perfectly symmetrical, but you know, I want to finish this in kind of a timely fashion and not take 5 years to fiddle with the exact placement here. I do that off camera with my own designs, and that makes me kind of an egoist, I know, but that makes me selfish is what I meant to say. But yeah, I'm thinking of you guys as well. Like, when you're watching this video, you probably don't want to see me fiddle with the exact placement of these things for, like, I'm not joking, half an hour or so. And 2, and then one more. Do it. So that is gonna be that. We have the lights, we have the split grill, we have the chrome, Now let's go ahead and put down some door handles. The door handles, okay, so now I get a good picture of that. It's basically, wait a minute, not bun it up. It's basically, I would say these. And then we get to the rear end. If I could find a good picture. Okay, there it is. So the taillights are pretty simple. We grab ourselves one of these red taillight fixtures, adjust the width of it. Oh, okay, we have to do that here. About like this, so it's a little bit narrower than this section right here. Then make it just a little bit longer than default. Put them down. Where are they? About here. Actually, they are taller. They are taller. Like this. And then we have a white one in there. Pretty small one. And the reason I'm choosing the one with the chrome surroundings is that chrome looks closer to white, so you don't get the panel colored surroundings on it, or at least not in that much of a noticeable way. I messed up the placement, so I had to delete the fixture. Oh, and looks like we got a hole in here. It's not what you want. This is supposed to be a new car. It's not supposed to have holes. Oh man. I can't see the... Man, I hate this. Why can you sometimes see white rectangles on red ones and sometimes not? Like right here, there it is. And then it also has some red taillights up here, but we can't put taillights on the side, so I'm gonna put down another indicator, like right there. And then it's got Ford written on it. Like in pretty damn big letters. So F must be in here. F, we only want one. Let's leave it at that. F. So that everyone can imagine what we are actually trying to say here. But anyway, we're gonna go and grab an O. Actually, this all has to be way closer to the center. This has to be like right here. This has to be like right here. Oh come on, I got slightly shaky hands, which always happens on stuff like this. So the next up is an, excuse me, is an R. About like here, and then we still need the D. So good. I think that's fine for now. And So this is the 2015 Ford F250. We're gonna name the model, like the trim, afterwards. Let's make it black because black makes it badass. It is going to be all actually. Yeah, let's make it all-wheel drive. Let's not make it too ridiculous. And if it's supposed to be, you know, a drag strip or a quarter-mile beast, then it had better have all-wheel drive so it can put the power down. So it's gonna be a V8. Aluminium is good enough, and we can put in a very big V8 in there. Like, let's go for a 7-liter. Perfect. And just to make it a little bit more of a challenge, I'm gonna use modern push rods, just like, you know, Chevy currently uses. And I know this is a Ford, and maybe I shouldn't use modern push rods then, but it's okay. You're gonna love the sound in real life. It's not gonna make a difference here in the game though. So we're gonna make a ton of torque. So probably we want forged pistons. And yeah, we're gonna decrease the compression ratio here because I want a lot of turbo boost is what I want. And turbine size is gonna be a little bit smaller, like 45 millimeters. A lot of AR ratio, we need that. Compressor like this, and if I'm gonna be way off on the 1200 horsepower goal for now, don't judge me because of that. I always take a little bit of time to adjust. I have a very poor estimation of what my first engine setup will produce. So yeah, again, don't judge me. I'm gonna set the rev limit to 6500 RPM, dual exhaust. We're gonna run a lot of power. So let's go for actually only one straight through muffler, and this is gonna make, yeah, way below what I was aiming at, but we can always change that. So of course we first of all can increase the max boost pressure. And we're going to okay, so we only have the slightest bit of valve float, so that's okay. We can, so that what am I trying to say? Yeah, the bottom end can handle the max RPM limit. That's what I'm getting at. We can definitely increase the fuel mixture here because this is a big truck. Nobody cares about fuel efficiency. And increase the quality here. Then we can give this thing a lot more boost still. 1.75 seems fine. And we are also going to increase this cam profile massively, like so, 60 or so. And we can increase the compression ratio. We're still 250 horsepower off, but that's alright, because we're definitely going to be increasing the rev limit. And now we can also increase the turbine size, because we now got more of a rev band to play with. Or not, so let's just decrease this by a little bit. 1019 horsepower already. And let's tune this some more. This is good, 1040 horsepower at 6500 RPM. 55, 75. Is this still fitting? Yes. This thing has such a big engine bay. You underestimate that. Actually, this turbo spools up way too late for my tastes. So let us actually increase the quality here. That'll make it spool up a little bit earlier. 3800 RPM is still kind of late for my purposes here. You know what? We can also increase just the capacity to like 7.5 liters or something. 110 times what? Times 98.6. We are starting to reach our RPM limit though. So let's increase the quality here a little bit. 3, 4, 5, that should be fine. It's still not solving the issue completely, but almost. So now we're making 1136 horsepower. Can definitely afford to increase the turbine size some more. Let's keep it at that, because this is a very nice power plateau up there in the higher RPM range. And now we can increase the boost a little bit more. 1163, 68, 1201. Good. Awesome. Once this turbo kicks in, this truck is gonna go like crazy. Oh yeah. That is some proper muscle. And we're gonna give it a manual gearbox, I think. Because this is not... Or actually, you know what? Let's give it a sequential gearbox. 6 speeds should be fine. We wanna gear it in... Well, this is way too slow. We're gonna gear it in such a way that it reaches 100 kilometers an hour in second gear. We're gonna give it a geared LSD, I think. Electric would just be a little bit overkill, I think. Well, you know, let's go for it anyway. Sports. You know what? We might as well commit to it being a drag race car. And make the wheel diameter significantly bigger. 720, so we can fit some nice 20-inch rims. I did not flare the wheel arches very much though. 255s should, with the paired with the geared LSD or the electric LSD, should put down the power fairly well, and we should go for more of a rear biased power distribution of the all-wheel drive, because we have significantly wider tires on the rear than we do on the front. Alloy wheels, we selected some different rims. Vented discs should be fine. Alright, we don't need very much in the way of downforce, and we don't have a wing anyway. We don't need anywhere near as much cooling as this suggested here. 2 or 3 seats, let's give it 2 with a, you know, standard interior, because who doesn't like that. We're gonna give it launch control so that it takes off like an absolute rocket at the start. And standard safety, we're gonna go for just adaptive and active, and then a sports. You know what? Screw it. And give it a comfort suspension, because the suspension setup will not affect this car's straight line performance. And look at that quarter mile time. And when you're not drag racing, you want this car to be quite comfortable, right? 2.6 seconds, 0 to 100 kilometers an hour. Holy crap, this thing goes like hell. Goes 307 kilometers an hour. Yeah, because of this drag coefficient. Let's look at how fast it actually completes the quarter mile, because this is the quarter mile track that is completely precisely 1/4 of a mile long. This isn't quite as precise. 9.74 seconds. So this would beat the crap out of supercars like the Nissan GT-R or the McLaren P1, even the Porsche 918. This thing would trounce over the quarter mile. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. If you did, please click the like button, it helps out a great deal. Also subscribe to me if you want to see more in the future, but for now, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.